Science means knowing. It's a truth tool, way for us to understand, make meaning of our world. But most kids have no idea that this is what it is. They think it's like why spiders don't stick to their webs. But I want very much to disabuse them of that opinion. I want to show that science is not some right brain activity that uncovers laws of the natural world. I want them to learn that it's a holistic human activity that uses our intuition and our inductive reasoning to form hypotheses that then we can test and make conclusions that are reliable and that are free of bias. To do this, I'm going to interview and collect data from a group of middle school students that are in my sister's high-functioning autism group at Paul Revere Middle School. I plan to give them surveys, but I also intend mostly to just have an open dialogue with them, to get their suggestions, to engage them in the process, to ask them to join me, and mostly to try to get from them some sample questions. Part of the idea of the program is to solicit questions from the audience and then have those questions solved on the program. So the problem we're going to address here is a refrigerator cookie taste test. The students have requested that we have these Christmas tree cookies for our open house Christmas party, as well as these snowman cookies. And we're also going to use some of these sugar cookies, as well as some of these Toll House Nestle's Christmas cookies. They're all sugar cookies, and we're going to have the students taste them and vote on which cookies they feel are best. We're going to get their help in baking a variety of cookies. And then we're going to do a taste test where they're going to keep records of what their preferred ones are while they're blindfolded. We're going to use a number of different cookies and a number of different students. And we're going to take the information they fill out on a form, and then we're going to tally that and come up with our result. One of the things we often do in science is we try to limit things, right? So you try to, so that you can really answer questions. So if I said, what is the best cookie? And I brought an oatmeal cookie and a chocolate chip cookie and a peanut butter cookie, one that's much more likely that one person would say, well, yeah, I thought the oatmeal was the best, but I just like oatmeal cookies, right? So instead, we're going to have one kind of cookie. They're going to all be sugar cookies, and they're all going to be refrigerator sugar cookies, the kind you get in the store and can slice up. Some with snowmen in them, yeah. They have some without it. Now, you might go, I think a Christmas tree would taste nasty. And I think a snowman would taste yummy. Delicious. And I think one that doesn't look like anything is probably going to be bland. So what we can do is we can write things down, we can keep records, we can do it in a very organized way, and that way we'll know for sure. And in this particular case, what we're going to go is, what is the kind of cookie that tastes best to this bunch of people? And that's what we call the scientific method. First, we ask a question. We find out what we know. We make a guess. We call that, anybody know the word for a guess? Hypothesis. It's the hypothesis. Hypothesis. Science. You got a problem, science resolution. You got a question, science got solution. Science. Gotta get a flow, gotta write it down. Check out what you know and start to go to town. It's okay to guess, let your mind take flight. Make up your hypothesis, it might all turn out all right. Science. You got a problem, science resolution. You got a question, science got solution. Science.
Even if you're wrong, things always turn out right, because knowing what you don't know is knowing what you might. But you always gotta test, cheating's always so despised. If you try and do your best, the answer might surprise. You got a problem, science resolution. You got a question, science got solution. Pull it all together, see how things unfolded. Things might not be as they seem, but new ideas exploded. We need science, we get schmiance. Truth is cool, science is the tool. You got a problem, science resolution. You got a question, science got solution. Gotta get a flow, gotta write it down. Check out what you know and start to go to town. It's okay to guess, let your mind take flight. Make up your hypothesis, it might all turn out alright. You got a problem, science resolution. You got a question, science got solution. Even if you're wrong, things always turn out right, because knowing what you don't know is knowing what you might. But you always gotta test, cheating's always so despised. If you try and do your best, the answer might surprise. You got a problem, science resolution.
These are the brands of cookies we got. The Immaculate Baking Company, gluten-free chocolate chunk, Pillsbury's Simply chocolate chip cookies, also the Nestle Toll House semi-sweet cookies with chocolate chips, 100% real chocolate, whereas the Pillsbury said chocolate chip flavored cookies, which would turn out to be significant later on. Each cookie was weighed carefully so that they were each only 1 ounce. They were placed in the oven and checked the temperature with a temperature thermometer and placed in the center shelf. We took the baked cookies and allowed a group of 8 teachers and students to test them and rate their preferences on the form in taste, texture, and color. As one can see, the students' level of engagement was very high, and we observed an excellent comprehension of the concepts by a number of the students. Overall, we saw a marked increase in the understanding of scientific inquiry as a process able to help solve problems, as opposed to a body of natural history facts. Our effort to solicit additional real-life questions from our small sample population was less successful, but additional surveys will be mounted and a much broader population will be sought out and polled in the process of upscaling the program.
How bright they were or how dark they were.